The co-main event for UFC 298 will be between Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa. This fight is actually kind of confirmed now, I guess we can kind of say, just due to Paulo Costa's antics that he normally has. I think he's supposed to fight like Ikram Aliskerov back in July of last year. He's supposed to fight Hamza Chimaev relatively recently. I know he got injured there, so you can't really get too mad at him for that one, but you never really know with the Paulo Costa fight. He even said like, oh, I didn't even sign the contract, but I'm interested in this, so I really want to take this fight. So I guess that's what's happening now. I think it's kind of similar to the Ikram Aliskerov fight. He had to fight some guy that was unranked because for some reason the UFC likes to throw these unranked Dagestani or Russian. I'm pretty sure Abbas is Dagestani, but he's German. They like to shoot him up to the top 5. They were going to even do the same thing with whatever his name is, with the funky eye, Sharabut Magomedov or something like that. So that they were going to shoot him up for a top 5 matchup against Vittori, but this one's going to be a little bit more laid out than I would say other early prediction videos that I have done. This is going to be an early prediction breakdown video. It's not going to be the caliber of a matchup similar to Volkanovski and Topuria. It is a big caliber matchup because this is 2 pretty big names. It is still kind of a question of if Paulo Costa will actually get to the fight. Who knows? Maybe this new drug testing company will finally get Costa with the secret juice and they'll figure that out. Who knows? But for this one, Robert Whittaker is coming off a loss against Dricus Du Plessis. He didn't really necessarily get brutally KO'd in that one, but he got beat up pretty badly in that second round and towards the end of that first round as well. He had a lot of success early on in that fight with his footwork. He was able to get Dricus to bite a lot on the footwork and was able to just punch the head off of Dricus. But Dricus was just a little bit too strong for him. We know how good Robert Whittaker's takedown defense is, and he got pretty much taken down with a headlock, which was really interesting to see against Robert Whittaker. And then Dricus was able to actually just catch Robert Whittaker with a I think it was a jab, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it was a jab. And Whittaker got hurt very badly, and then Dricus kind of chased him down and knocked him down after that. So Robert Whittaker has always had this weird thing of straight punches kind of being his downfall. I think it has a lot to do with his footwork as well, because what he does is he'll kind of like bite forward, get a guy to throw a punch, and then he'll bite again, throwing another punch. So if guys are able to read Robert Whittaker's footwork, get him to pounce forward, they're able to throw a straight shot and kind of just catch him that way. And I think a lot of it is him going towards these punches, which is why he's getting dropped with some of those straight shots. Because I was kind of wondering that, looking into that Dricus versus Strickland fight, I kind of like thought over it for like a couple more weeks, and I was like, maybe that's probably what it is. I rewatched it a couple times as well. It kind of just has to be that Whittaker's style. It's very successful against guys like Paulo Costa or a Vittori. It's just kind of how I think this fight will end up going. But against, I guess, some of the more powerful fighters who throw shots down the middle, I think get caught pretty easily there. So for this one, Paulo Costa, I don't think has fought, I guess I'll tell you, a year and 4 months against Luke Rockhold. I think that was the Salt Lake City card. He wasn't able to finish Luke Rockhold in that fight. That's what I got away from that. I think even before then, he hadn't fought too often before then, because he had the Marvin Vettori weight miss or whatever. He didn't really necessarily miss weight, but just the whole thing with the weight. He made it weight with Luke Rockhold, but it's still a really weird fight. So he hasn't fought in a year and 4 months. He is 32, so he's not some old dude, but this is Robert Whittaker. Maybe a few months ago, how long ago was this fight? 6 months ago, you would have said he's one of the best guys in the division, top 2. He's the boogeyman. He's kind of the gatekeeper to the Adesanya fights or whatever, or fighting Adesanya scraps just to get to another title fight. And he was kind of getting closer there. He would have gotten like that against Dricus Du Plessis if he would have won, but that didn't end up happening. So for this matchup, I think Paulo Costa is going to be very hittable in this fight. I think Robert Whittaker, who does have a 1.5-inch reach advantage, is going to do a lot of work to Paulo Costa. I think it's going to look very similar to the Marvin Vettori fight. Marvin Vettori is not as good as Paulo Costa on the feet. It was a little more competitive on the feet in their fight, but Paulo Costa, I thought, did quite well against Marvin Vettori, even though it was up a weight class and there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. But I think Robert Whittaker is going to really be able to beat up Paulo Costa quite a bit. I think his style of jab, straight, and then head kick, it will pretty much work pretty well here. I don't think he's going to go for too many takedowns. It wouldn't really make sense. I guess he could against Paulo Costa. I think Luke Rockhold had some success, but we know how good Luke Rockhold's wrestling is. He trains at AKA with all those Sambo guys and all that. I guess not at this point in his career or when he was fighting, but he was training. He trained over at Ruka, which is now closed. Anyways, I'm getting kind of in like a hole of of a bunch of stuff that happened within the past year, but I just think Robert Whittaker's just gonna do his style, jab, straight, head kick, that kind of thing, circle around, bait Paulo Costa into coming close. I don't think he's going to KO Paulo Costa. It's going to be a 3-round fight. It's not going to be a 5-round fight. So the opportunity for a KO for Robert Whittaker is going to be a lot less. But I think his style won't necessarily wear on Costa in this fight like it would in a 5-round fight where he could potentially KO Costa, even though Costa is a very durable guy. He does cut a lot of weight, but he is a relatively durable guy. And so Robert Whittaker is still 33 years of age. It is middleweight, so it's not like one of those lower weight divisions where the age starts to become a factor at like 30 or 32, 33. I won't say 30, but 32, 33, like it is at like bantamweight or featherweight, even though Volkanovski's kind of countering that. But I'm going to go Robert Whittaker, 30-27 decision. I think he kind of just schools Paulo Costa on the feet. Paulo Costa hasn't fought in a year and a half. We don't know what kind of factors are going to come into this fight. Let's be real. It is a Paulo Costa fight. So I'm going to go with Robert Whittaker, 30-27 decision. Let me know who you guys think wins down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.